This is self-care and the hard truths about self-care. Yeah. We're talking about the things we don't always want to hear, but absolutely need to live. Because everybody talks about change, but not everybody takes the necessary steps to change. This is your reminder, you are not a problem, you are a blessing. You're not acting funny, you're growing, you're evolving, and trust me, there's a difference. Growth looks like boundaries, healing looks like distance and elevation. It makes people uncomfortable, but we're not shrinking anymore. We're not dimming our light, we're not abandoning ourselves.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Built and Balanced. My name is Janelle and I am the founder of JS Self-Care LLC. I'm also the founder of Self-Care JS Incorporated.
Nice. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Eden. I am with Automotive Ingenuity HD, a fine, well-oiled machine that takes care of fleets and services performance machines of diesel trucks. I'm also a coach on the side for men. It's called Align with Eden. Pleasure to meet you guys.
My name is Phil Whitbeck. I'm the owner of Lightspeed Restoration here in Middletown. We're actually in our conference room coming live today.
So we want to thank the Whitbeck family for allowing us to be live here in this great office. Just an FYI, if the emergency call rings, we will stop this video. We will resume the video at the emergency call, because the great thing about Lightspeed Restoration is they are 24 hours, 7 days a week. So we may have to run to a sewage backup. We may have to go to a flood. So just stick with us. We got you guys. But today we're going to talk about built and balanced, something that's very, very, very important. It's part of our self-care journey as entrepreneurs, right? What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
You're gonna be building, and you're gonna try to balance it all the way up.
Exactly, and still be able to take care of ourselves, which is so important. So our first question is, and we didn't, pre-record this, so it's gonna come off the top of our dome. We didn't study this or anything. We're just gonna, let you guys know what we come up with, so that way you're not just hearing from JS Self-Care or just Adine. You're getting three perspectives on certain questions. We usually do three. We're gonna try to make this a weekly thing, schedules permitting us to. So the first one is, don't give up, make it happen. We was raised off of making ends meet. So it's in our blessings to be a survivor. It is our job to be a survivor. So what does that mean? Don't give up, make it happen. What do you think?
So this is one of those things where if you're getting into business and you're gonna think you're gonna be a millionaire overnight, naked. It doesn't quite work like that.
We're not gonna be a millionaire overnight? Did you hear that?
There's some people have done it. I may be wrong. Some people have done it, but I guess the point what I'm trying to say is, like, don't confuse motivation with discipline. That's the biggest part. Motivation is that quick fire that you're gonna get. You're like, oh yeah, let me get on there. But then all of a sudden, like, the real bumps in the road start hitting you. And the only way you get through those bumps in the road, that's when you start using discipline. So not getting through it is literally, or not that you're not getting through it, but not giving up is keep pushing through the bumps, keep on going. And there's gonna be eventually a point where you're going to have to make a decision. But for this point right now, I'd love to hear what Phil has to say about it.
Sorry, I was messing with the camera.
I know. Don't give up, Phil. Don't give up.
On Instagram, we're having technical difficulties.
So don't give up.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll re-record it on Instagram because it's being safe. So I'll repost it like I had to. We're using StreamYard. So go ahead, Phil. Don't give up. Make it happen.
Oh, none of this happened overnight. This took years and years and years, and a lot of ups and downs along the way, and probably more ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah. You never really fail. You learn.
So true. So, how many times did you want to throw in the towel in business?
Oh,
I quit probably at least once daily.
I would agree.
Yeah, so it's a funny joke. Yes, we probably do quit like in our own little cells for a little hot minute, but the key point is we pick ourselves right back up. It's like you can't just stay down. You get hit by life, you get right back up and you keep going. What just happened? What can you do differently? That's the biggest key to not giving up and still making it happen.
So one of the things that when I started self-care, I actually started live on Facebook, and I started from my personal page. So of course I knew friends and family from years on my personal page. And the first day, it was like 300 people that liked it, but 300 people that I know, not 300 strangers.
Yeah.
So on one of the comments was the hood needs this, Janelle. So then I said, okay, so then I kept it on my personal page. And then I eventually went to a business page, right? Because I said, oh, this is going to be a business, and not one view. I was like, I'm going back. And I could say people that were not in business was like, just go back and then secretly build your business page. And then I was like, but then I don't want people that I don't know on my personal page. So I stayed there. Then it was one viewer, then 3 viewers. And then it eventually grew to now we're getting to over 1,000 viewers. And that's not a lot because I've been in business since 2019.
Right.
So giving up was like I forget this, I ain't studying, I'm going outside, my friends are outside. But I had to really study self-care. And that was really hard because then I had to go through, well, I can't be talking about self-care and not doing self-care. So I was like, okay, I need to work on me. I need to stop the business, but I didn't. I just kept going. But it was quit time. Quit time was on go. So, it's important that, our families was raised to make ends meet. I don't think any of us grew up rich. I mean, no silver spoons. You didn't tell me. You guys didn't have money thrown at you. So our parents, the people that raised us, they made ends meet, which taught us, believe it or not, how to stick to it.
You know what else helped is, I think, friends who've been through it, been what you're going through, friends who are in it with you, I guess, along the same path. That's the nice thing with all the linkers. But, I have friends who, good friend of mine, he's a plumber. He'll call me, I'll call him, at least a couple times a week. We, hey, you want to buy a restoration company? Because I'm like over it. And he'll call me like, hey, you want to buy a plumbing company? Because today is just not the day.
So, one of the things that I think of is like, look, you're going to get those every day. There's just going to be ups and downs. What you were saying before, it's going to be ups and downs. The thing you really want to keep in mind is that you never get to a place. There is no place that you get to. It's always a journey, no matter what. There's going to be a journey, and in that journey, you're going to have the beginning that's just going to go like this. It's going to be really wavy, up and down. Your key to that journey is as you're going, you're starting to go up, and the waves just make them a little smaller and a little smaller. Because once you start getting that experience, now you're able to take something, pivot from it, and say, all right, you know what? No. I've experienced this before. I know what to do. Let's make a right. Let's make a left. So again, you're going to have those waves. You want to keep going up, and you just want to make those waves a little bit smaller as you go on. It's probably your best bet.
I would agree. So the goal is, no matter what you're going through, no matter what curveballs, bumps and bruises, falls, breakdowns, the key is don't give up, especially if you're living in your purpose. We are all destined to do something. There has been many that tried self-care that I've known, right? But guess what? They gave up because it wasn't their purpose, right? It wasn't. God didn't say this is what you need to do. So sometimes we're living out, how people look at you and be like, you would be a great nurse. You should be a lawyer. You're advocating for yourself. And now you're pursuing what other people think you should be.
Yeah.
And you're not living in your purpose. Right. So the goal is, whatever you do, don't give up. Right, guys?
Definitely.
And don't compare yourself to somebody else. That's the biggest thing. Don't worry about what that person's driving, what this person's wearing, where this person's living,
Mm.
how much money this person has, whether don't. That's going to be the biggest killer of your own fire, your own motivation, because you're going to be like, why am I not there? That's not the point. The point is just do what fulfills you.
Maybe get rid of the negative people.
Ooh.
Oh,
Don't listen to negative people, because I
Absolutely.
found out the most negative people are definitely not along on your journey. They've never tried anything like you're trying. So, get with the positive people, get with other entrepreneurs, because we're all here to help each other out.
Yeah, true. Definitely find that group of people. You're going to realize as you get older, your group of people just keeps getting smaller. I know that's a cliche sort of thing to say, but the reality is
It
that's
is.
what happens.
Yeah.
It gets smaller because you just want to weed out the noise and you just want the truth.
Yeah.
That's it. Get rid of the noise, stick with the truth. You know what? I come to think with this question now. You're saying don't give up. Can you keep making it happen? I think that's a beautiful comment, but let's not just take it for that one piece of don't give up. There are going to be points in certain businesses. This is not my first business that I started. And so ask me what happened to the other ones. They didn't quite make it, right? The point was I didn't give up, but I did learn. I did learn from there certain things. Like you were saying, Janelle, some people are saying you got to do this, you got to do that. That's great, but at a certain point, are you progressing? If there's no progression, I'm not saying you failed, but I'm just saying maybe you need to take a different point, or pivot, a left or right or something, and just turn to a different direction. Because it's not really that you're failing, it's just now you're finding yourself. Now I know I've done everything. I've crossed all my T's, dotted all my I's, still not working. I still see no progression. What am I learning here? Well, maybe I'm learning that I need to go somewhere else.
So true. And for our Instagram followers, I know you can't see us, but guess what, guys? We are going to make sure that you guys get to see us. We're going to redo this, but just listen, because the pointers are there. Use your listening ears, and we love you, and we see you, and we acknowledge you. Big shout out to Instagram. Big shout out to YouTube. YouTube, thank you for keeping us going. StreamYard, Facebook. We just want to let you guys know that we're grateful and we're thankful. We're thankful for Lightspeed. And no matter what, don't give up. Make it happen. All right, for our next one. In this day and age, how do the younger generation connect with people instead of AI? Let's talk about entrepreneurship. Let's talk about self-care, because more children these days they listen to what the video game tells them, what AI tells them. I mean, as we can see, Phil loves Sora,
Right.
but but Phil's not our younger folks. How do
Hey,
we
speak
get
for
our
yourself.
younger? All right, Phil's part of the younger team.
So that's such a beautiful question to ask, because nowadays, like, listen, I have kids myself. So and I have friends that have kids, and what do you see? You see them on a computer. You're like playing games. And in the past, here's the one thing that people are saying: well, listen, they're playing this game, and they one person becomes the leader, the other person knows how to delegate, the other person has this, and they're learning all these things. That's great, but can you do it live? Can you do it when you have a business? Can you do it when you're in school? Can you run the basketball game and learn how to be a leader with people, and you see their emotions literally on their face? It's a whole different ballgame. You're not doing it live. You're doing it on computer. It's almost like a simulation. You never get the pushback, that face, that emotion, that anger, that happiness at the same time. So I really question the aspect of doing things for computers, especially with AI nowadays. Now these kids are going to grow up asking AI for help.
Mhm.
That's not where you get your basis from. Your basis is not going to be your grounding, right? Like your base rules. AI is not going to tell you, hey, listen, don't do that because mom and dad does. Your mom and dad are the ones who give you the rules. That's where you need to get your basis from. So I'm afraid that AI is going to be way too light-footed with some of these kids when they start asking for help in that sense. What's up, bud?
No.
We're doing a lot. You need something?
You want to join? You want to say hello to everybody?
You want to say hello? You done came in.
Yeah, okay.
No, seriously.
What do you mean?
We're live. As we stated that we had Lightspeed Restoration, so emergency happens, and they just had an emergency, and they are gonna be talking to Phil. While they're talking to Phil, we'll get into the next question
Hey, Phil,
because
hold on, before you go.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
don't give up. Keep going, Phil.
Make it happen.
Look at this. And this is real life stuff, guys.
Yeah.
This is what happens in business. You know, now if Adine gets a call from Automotive Ingenuity, then we're gonna
Listen,
all be
it's
running.
It's gonna be
I'm-
for Phil.
I'm
It's gonna be
gonna-
for Phil.
I'm gonna, oh yeah, Phil is gonna be calling Adine, but do you see how this works? And do you see how the connection that you and Phil have as friends? I mean, we're best friends, all three of us, but also in business.
Yeah.
Because if something happened to the truck, Adine has to go make sure that Phil's trucks is working,
Right.
moving.
Get him running again, because like, it's time is money. This is
Yeah.
how it works.
So Phil, how's the truck? Are we okay? Or do we have to use Automotive Ingenuity?
We have to, it's gotta get down to Automotive Ingenuity.
Okay.
I know a guy.
You do? What's
I do.
his name?
Eddie.
Look at that. Adine
Oh.
has to go to work right after this. So let's get into
But
question
Janelle's gonna help
number
us
two.
tear it apart in the parking lot.
Oh, can y'all imagine?
We're gonna get it running.
Me? I'm gonna work on a car today. If my phone is charged, I'll tape it for you guys, but wish them luck on driving it. In this day and age, how do the younger generation connect with people instead of AI?
I don't know. It's definitely a concern.
It's a challenge.
We just don't see them creating the friendships and connections that we have. I'm wondering if that's
There's
gonna
less kids
affect them.
outside. Less kids outside, and if they outside, they have their tablet or their phones.
I'm afraid it's gonna be one of those days and ages, like when you'll be right next to them, like as these kids, when they get older, they'll be like this one-on-one, right? And instead of talking to each other, they're gonna do this,
Yep.
texting right
Right
here
there.
and there.
They
Like,
did that at my son's 15th birthday. I was like, why is all the kids so quiet? They all had their phones, but guess what they were doing? They were communicating with each other, just like you said. In the same circle, they all laughed at the same time. So whatever somebody said in the text,
Yeah.
it made them laugh. But when we're thinking about AI, I mean, even when I'm talking to my son, he'd be like, did you Google it? Because I was born in the 70s. There was no such thing as Google. We had to figure it out. But you talk to your kids, you talk to the younger generation, and you're like, Dad, I don't know how to do that. Did you YouTube it?
Right. But are they talking like this? Are they talking
like
and
you're
creating
not a kid.
friendships? And you know, I don't know.
Shooting
I- are-
ideas,
are they-
challenging each other.
Other-
Right, are
Yeah,
they
there's some more of that.
internalizing their feelings? Are they?
Oh, you know what,
Yeah.
Phil? Listen, man, I've been doing the coaching for a few years, and I do a lot of adults, but I also, these adults have kids, and some of these kids, they just don't speak. They don't know what emotions are. They get caught up in these small, just either they're happy, they're nothing, or they're angry, and there's no other emotions that they can explain or even try to comprehend, and it leaves them in such a small box. And who do they talk to? Nobody. Like,
So how do, as an older generation, how do you guys think that we could connect with them? How can we make that, because we can't tell the younger generation to put the phones down, right? Because then when they go in the real world, they're not gonna know how to work technology. So how do we connect with them?
that's
you
the
think
balance
we
of a
should
parent,
learn,
though. Isn't that
right?
the balance of a parent? Like, listen, I get it. Like, we get older, but
But is it? But maybe for a little child, it
yeah.
would be a parent. But what about your
Younger
young
adult.
adults?
so let's get an age bracket. What do you mean by young adults?
Let's go 16 to 20.
Or even a little bit older,
Lower, yeah.
right?
17 to 20.
Right.
How do we connect with them? Because like I said, my 21-year-old, I asked them a question on my 29-year-old, and they always sending me to Google. Did you Google it? Can you answer? Can you talk? Can we have a
Okay.
dialect?
I can tell you from my experience, all right? I have a 27-year-old, 20-year-old, and a 12-year-old. So I'm going to use the 12-year-old. I can't expect him to like all the things that I do.
Right.
So I would love to take him fishing, but his fishing is just not his thing. And it doesn't call him. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that's the part. And a parent, I go right back to the parent aspect of it. It's like, okay, what do they like doing? What do they want to work on? What do they? So then you got to make that effort. It's like a relationship in any sort of sense.
Mhm.
You can't always be about yourself.
Right.
What about that
Right.
person? And so you have to give it and be like, when you not act, but when you're interested in something they do, and all of a sudden you're asking questions and they're telling, you're creating conversation,
Yeah.
right? You're
Mhm.
you're creating communication.
True.
You're creating understanding. And in those three things alone, you're already past that wall of just like shutting down and just keeping quiet. So that's what I do. I have to sometimes just say, all right, no, he's not going to want to do what I want to do.
Let's see what
Let's
he
see what
wants
he's
to
got.
do. And that's what, I guess that's what it is. But AI now, you could say one thing to AI. I mean, we just saw Phil do it, and it actually said Phil's name, like they're friends.
Yeah.
So are we building a relationship with AI opposed to other relationships? Because
It's safer. Because AI is always going to be what? Very soft.
right,
AI is always
It's
very gentle.
Hey, AI would never.
You
tell
just killed somebody. Hey, listen, I hear you. I get it. Like, are you okay now? Like, no.
Yes.
The AI is not the first
AI
source.
is not going to give you the hard truths, right?
No, it's not going to give you the truth.
Because if it gives you the truth, guess what? Nobody's going to touch it.
Yeah, so they build those platforms so that it can be friendly and it brings on more customers.
So one of the keys is that we're going to take away from this is connect with your younger adults, younger children by seeing more what they want to do, realizing that they don't want to go fishing. They don't want to go to the Bronx Zoo anymore. They don't want to go to botanical gardens. I have boys, so I mean, they'd be like, Mom, did you get Nick's tickets or Janelle? So I think that's a great tip, but also telling our children the reality of using technology, that you're not going to get those hard truths. You're not going to learn how to do anything the hard way. Everything's going to be easy.
Listen, if I had throw one more thing in there, I started this early. I remember when my kids were young. The one thing I would tell them is like, listen, every Saturday night it's pizza movie night. It's gonna be a family pizza movie night. You're not going out anywhere. We're all gonna get home. We're gonna be in the living room. If you want to invite your friends, no problem. Bring your friends. Tell me, I'll buy extra pizza. But we're all hanging out. We're all gonna do some little fun things, and then we're gonna watch a movie and eat some pizza and enjoy. Because you gotta have a home base at home. You can nowadays everybody running around like chickens without heads. Where's your home base?
Right.
Have that one little, and then, listen, it doesn't have to be Saturday night. It doesn't have to be pizza. It could be whatever. It could be game night. Have that one moment in the week where you can sit there and just have a family time.
And nowadays with our children who's older, we have grown children. You still have a little one. Most of the time it's let's go out to eat. Everybody put their phone down. So when we go to the restaurants, they put your phone down. What's going on with my boys?
You know what we call that? NP, no phone. NP time. It's NP time.
Yeah.
Everybody put it away.
And everybody put it away. And then remember that everybody's emergency is not your emergency.
I would even say, like, I even let my kids call me out. They're like, Dad, NP time. And you gotta own it. You're right.
Wow.
You're right. I'm sorry. No excuses. The second you start making excuses, now you're giving them a reason to make excuses. So no excuses. You're right. Put it down.
What would you say, Phil? With your young adults, because your children are adults now.
They're
How do you
all adults.
connect? How do you
Well, I
connect
connect
with
with two of them on a daily basis. They work here.
They work
So,
here.
yeah.
Okay, for you, it would be take off the dad hat because
Yes.
now you're their boss
Yeah.
and you have to talk to them, Phil. Like if they do something wrong,
Right.
like you got that emergency call. Did you ask them what interview on the phone? I don't know what happened, but would that be like, were you on the phone? Were you like when you're investigating what happened? What went wrong
Right.
in this project, right?
Yeah, we have those conversations. We have those conversations here every morning with the guys. So, yeah.
Yeah, so see, guys, we just gotta do more human interaction with our young folks, meet them where they at, have the conversations. If you are entrepreneur and your children work for you, so when Phyllis has to, investigate something, he has to have those hard conversations with the team. You're not my son when you walk in this door. I
Right.
am your boss. I will fire you. Probably not like that. Or did you say?
Oh,
it
we've
like
had those
that? So our next one, can the grass be greener on the other side? Who wants to knock this one
Oh,
out the
man.
park first?
Oh man, I can always get so deep. So I always try to minimize it.
You
Can
ain't
the
got
grass
to.
be greener on the other side? I believe, listen, I believe that it might be greener than your grass. But why did your grass lose its color? That's the key question, because you can always jump over to the other side. But if you are jumping over to the other side and you're still doing the same thing you did on your original side, your grass is just going to die and get dull or get brown, whatever the case may be. You got to take ownership for what's going on here first before you start pointing out anywhere else. What did you do? That's the question. What did you do to get your grass brown? That's my thought on it.
What's your thought?
I think you're right. I mean, the grass isn't always greener, right? It just looks that way. But especially if you talk at social media, I mean, people only put out what's good, you know, what they want you to say.
True.
They don't put out the work.
They don't put out the work.
No.
Yeah.
So it looks like everything is peaches and cream.
Yeah, they don't. They do.
So-
especially with filters, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The filters. I mean, I even was using like some of the filters. I was using a lot of AI, but I went back to, and I noticed I was just relying on AI. So a lot of my posts now be me typing just a question or something because I did go, but to go back to grass is greener on the other side, I can say yes. And I can say, you know, what did I do? Some people who are in situations and they keep trying to fix things and keep trying to regrow that grass, I could say, to make it greener, right?
Yeah.
When you think of relationships, love ships is one that's really, really important. When you're in a love ship and the boat sinked, but people are like, I'm in this love ship because I don't know what's out there for me. So a lot of people, and I know you guys see that, like when you're seeing like disruptive relationships, like toxic, you think of if they leave, the grass may be greener on the other side.
If they leave or if you leave.
Right.
Right.
Then it's in business, right? That's when people give up. Because they give up because either someone was in their ear telling them, if you go this way, the grass will be greener on the other side. But stay in the course. So I think it's yes and no. You got to look at your behaviors most definitely. It always takes two to tango. You and your business, you and another person. It's always two things to tango, but it's what you put in is what waters your grass.
I think the real big key that'll tie like pretty much all these questions together is that we have to be accountable for what we do. A lot of times, and I've said this before, people just want to point fingers. This person did this, that person did this person did this. None of this stuff. You can't fix, you can't keep going, you can't pivot, you can't do nothing until you understand what it is that you are doing in the situation. Because it just go with relationships, right? You get out of one relationship. Oh, this relationship didn't work because this, and this, right? Okay, cool. You go on to the next relationship. Yeah, this person didn't work out because of that same this, and this. You go to the third one. The same this. At some point, you're going to see that pattern coming around. Hey, I keep saying that everybody's doing this, and this. Why is that? It can't be that everybody's the same person. No, it's you're the only same in that every three relationships. So you got to take accountability for what you do before you can change, before you can grow, before you can be with anybody else.
And what I always tell like clients and stuff that's going through a breakup or some sort of ending a relationship is be alone. Take the time to be alone. That way you can evaluate what is going on. Because I know everybody that tell us about a failed relationship and he did this and she did that and this happened, they will never say, and I did this.
Right.
And I even think of fights or sibling rivalry. Like I got a lot of siblings. If everybody they point at, well, she did this, they will never, in the heat of those conversations, never say, I did.
Or
Until
I
you
didn't do this.
do, or I did. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't do this. I wasn't held accountable, right? Well, I finally was held accountable, and this is why I failed. But think of those relationships in a sense of how you can make the grass greener. How do you think? If we're gonna stay the course in business, if you're gonna stay with Lightspeed Restoration,
Yes.
you're gonna stay with auto ingenuity, I'm gonna stay with self-care. We know that we could sit down, go to a 9 to 5, work for somebody else, and it's their problem, right? And we're like, the grass is green over there because when we clock out, if a truck blew up, if there's a oil spill, flood, you're like, that's Lightspeed. That ain't my problem. I'm more for work.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a difference. I will never knock working 9 to 5 since I've done that for a good portion of my life. And then being a business owner is a different story because you take on an ownership like nobody else. But there's that word ownership, accountability. The accountability falls on you.
Yeah.
I do believe that people who work the quote unquote 9 to 5s, there are some people that are so dedicated to the work that they still feel that accountability. I never want to knock that situation. I know some people.
You know me, I still work.
Right.
I still work.
Yeah. So I think in the long run, it really does boil down to the accountability aspect. There's no way of getting around that. If you can account for what it is you do, it doesn't matter what everybody else has done. You can change yourself. You can change being in that situation. You can change the situation itself. You can change. But if you don't, you can't change others. Let me just put it that way. Others are you can definitely guide them in work and try to culture them and motivate them and nurture them and grow them, but you can't change them. So the point is, can you change yourself? And that's what's going to get you through situations.
So in order to get the grass greener, you gotta work on self.
Accountability.
Accountability, be responsible, hold people accountable, boundaries. All of those things set in when you're talking about is the grass green on the other side, and just stepping in and saying, I played a part in this, I did this, I did that. And when we're talking to people and they're like, when they're having this whole volcano eruption about everything everybody did wrong, and you as an individual, because we're on a journey of bettering ourselves, we know how to stop back and ask us the questions. What part did you play? How do you think that happened?
Why does it keep repeating?
Years ago I couldn't do that. Let me tell you, the world did everything to me.
You were victim mentality.
Yes,
Right.
Exactly. Because poor me. Why not poor me? You did that to me. But then as I sat and built a relationship with myself, I know I'm not AI, as I think one of you said, AI is going to be the softer part of it, right? So I'm not AI, so I have to be hard on myself. I want to be hard on myself before someone else is hard on myself. Because I want to ask myself the
let's
questions.
define what's hard on yourself. Hard on yourself goes right back to you are accountable for what you were doing.
Yeah.
Because I never want to say beat yourself up.
No.
That's not part of loving
No.
yourself. Yes, own what you did, but that doesn't make you who you are. You did something, now you can change it. That doesn't make you who whatever mistakes you've done, whatever not nice things you've done. Okay, you did that, but that doesn't mean that's who you have to be.
So true.
Growing.
So true.
Yeah.
Growing and evolving is something that we strive for. So built and balanced. You guys got a chance to hear from 3 entrepreneurs doing different things, walking different paths, and we're showing you that we can't give up.
Right.
We gotta make it happen.
We had
Yeah,
some
we learned.
real life situation here with the truck breaking down.
You can't get any more live than that. You can't get
That
any more
was
live.
really a lot. But we did warn everybody that we're at your business. So
You're here. Stuff
Yeah.
happens.
stuff happens. I mean, at least I'm just gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna look at the truck. I will tape it for you guys. I'll go look at the truck. I'll borrow Dean's brain to analyze what could have happened because we don't have the tools and the machines.
Oh, we
here.
have tools here. We're good.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. I'm gonna like fix it now. I need
Sure.
I need that computer thing.
I think we have one of those here too.
to plug it in
We're
so I
good.
can see if the codes come up, right? It's called codes, right? So we'll know if a code comes up and then we'll fix the code, I guess, tonight. So guys, I hope you enjoyed Built and Balanced. But before we end, Dean, do you got anything you want to share? Any self-care tips, anything? And then Phil, you could follow and then I could follow. Anything that from this conversation or prior conversations we have had that resonate with you that you want people to know?
Be your own salesperson. And I don't mean as in like go sell yourself to people. Sell yourself to yourself. Be careful what words you use towards yourself every day. I mean, you can easily be like, well, that's not me, and that's not what I do. And this is you paint yourself into a little hole like this. But where's the salesman that says, yes, I can do this. Yes, I will make this happen. Yes, it will be hard, but I can make it happen. Be the right salesperson for yourself every morning. Have that positive talk.
Absolutely. Phil, anything you want to take away, add, give?
I don't know. I liked Ed's here. That was good. But, to wrap up what we've been talking about is, don't give up. Keep going. I think if you keep putting in the work, the grass will always be greener where you are. But you got to put into work. It's not easy. Right?
So
The
true.
magic happens, or the magic is where the stuff you've been avoiding.
Yeah.
You do what you've
Ah,
been avoiding.
yeah.
That's a good
Right.
one. Oh, we need that one for next
Wow,
week.
that was a line dropper right
Yes,
there.
we need that for next week.
The
I
line,
got the sign in my
you've
office.
been- the stuff you've been avoiding.
Yes.
Oh,
Whether
we're
that be the truth, whether that be accountability, any of that. Yeah.
Whoa, we're gonna dig deep into that, guys. So what I took from today is that you can fix yourself by making yourself accountable, right? And when I say fix yourself, you can unravel like Legos. I said this yesterday in my sober friends meeting. You can release the Legos and pick them up one at a time, and it's okay because there's a real thing called we fall down, but we get back up. And you need to fall. Sometimes we need to fall so that we can hold ourselves accountable. And before you do this, as Dean said, do this. Work on what you have to work on. And what Phil said, no matter what you got going on, do not give up. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed us. And I hope you guys look forward to following. Please follow. Please like, please comment, and please share. And there has been a lot of people on Instagram, and baby, we are going to get that fixed, and you will be able to view the whole entire video. Please like, comment, and share. Thank you guys for being our supporters. And guess what? We love you to life, and always, always, always have an amazing day on purpose. Let's say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, gang.
This is self-care and the hard truths about self-care. Yeah. We're talking about the things we don't always want to hear, but absolutely need to live. Because everybody talks about change, but not everybody takes the necessary steps to change. This is your reminder, you are not a problem, you are a blessing. You're not acting funny, you're growing, you're evolving, and trust me, there's a difference. Growth looks like boundaries, healing looks like distance and elevation. It makes people uncomfortable, but we're not shrinking anymore. We're not dimming our light, we're not abandoning ourselves.